good, everybody? Welcome back to Love, Sex, and Society with Bridget, Angie, and Don. I am Don.
I'm
Who y'all
Angie.
be?
Hey.
So, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We got a good show lined up for y'all. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I don't know who going first. All of the damn topics are good. Angie, set it off. Fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll set it off. So, my topic for tonight is in this day and age, do you think people are really happy in their relationships? Or do you think they're in it for like the aesthetic, for social media and, just for likes and views?
Um,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
I personally feel like a lot of people are just tolerating each other out of being comfortable. I don't think a lot of people are happy. And I think it's because people are failing to like communicate with each other and be real about each other's wants and needs and stuff. And a lot of we talked about this before, but I feel like a lot of times when people start involving sex, it's like you build this connection and then you start ignoring things that you don't like, and then you end up staying in a relationship, having a child, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of people put on social media what they want people to see, even if that's not what's really going on. Um, I feel like I'd rather be happy in real life and I could care less what everybody see on social media. As
Mm-hmm.
long as I'm happy and smiling in real life, I'm good. But a lot of people will put, you know, oh, we went here, we doing this, we doing that, and then like 5 seconds later, like we broke up. Like, how that happened? You know what I'm saying? Y'all was just happy. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you make social media the focal point of your relationship. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like in my last relationship, I used to be that person. I was always on Facebook. I was always on Facebook and Instagram talking crap about my boyfriend at that time. And then 2 seconds later, I'm posting a picture of us all. Oh, we went out to dinner and blah, blah, blah. And it was the phoniest post and all that blah, blah, blah in my goddamn life. So, yeah, I definitely do think that people do it for the aesthetic. And then I think the biggest thing is that people forget that people know you in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that's the biggest thing. And it's like we know you in real life. We talking, right? We're comparing stories, right? To see what we see on the internet, because at the end of the day, people do talk, and I'm one of them. So, like we know y'all in real life. So what's the point? That's what I don't understand. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What?
So like
Like
my
who are you trying who are you trying to like who are you trying to get validation from and why?
right, right. Who are you fronting for? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Who are you putting it out there for? Because like my last marriage, my previous marriage, um, I thought we was happy based on what I saw on social media, and then all of a sudden, marriage done, and I was like, damn, what happened? We was just sharing an ice cream cone and shit. You know what I'm saying? We was happy. I thought, but we wasn't just fronting for social media. We was front. Well, she was fronting for friends, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was like, "Y'all broke up? What the hell?" Yeah, that shit's over. As a matter of fact, one of my good friends, when I when I posted that I got remarried, he thought somebody hacked my page. He literally texted me, he was like, "Yo, somebody hacked your page," and I was like, "Nah, son, that shit really over." He was like, "But y'all was happy." Nah, we wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought we was happy. Social media thought we was happy. Even friends thought we was happy. We wasn't happy. So
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you wasn't happy, or she just wasn't happy?
she wasn't happy. I was fresh. I was when she asked for a separation, I was like, "Word?
So
We
it
there?"
like it threw you off. Like you ain't said nothing.
Yeah. I was like, "How do we get from?" And she was like, "Well, I've been complaining about things." I was like, okay, here we go. Yeah, you good.
People do a lot to save face. People do a lot to, protect that image of, me and my husband are fine. We don't have, there's no trouble in paradise,
Well,
Yeah.
people.
I guess people be doing like people be fronting really because I guess it may seem embarrassing to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if someone previously got married or like if someone had a kid by someone and had another kid by someone, it's like, oh, I get married to this person, and regardless that the marriage is like really failing, it's embarrassing because I've already had kids, by previous
Hmm.
relationships, and I don't want to seem like, oh, it failed with my relationship with my kid's father, and now it's failing with my marriage. So I feel like people can really front just because of that image and because it may seem embarrassing to people.
Yeah, I
Like
definitely think that too. That's
I
that's,
saw this
saving face.
I saw this one chick on Facebook. No, IG. I bullshit you not. One week she was with this dude. Oh my god, I found my king. Then like 3 months later, it was a different dude. It was like, oh my god, I found my king. Then like a month later, it was like, oh my god, my king. He treats me so good. I was like, yo, we playing spades? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? You done had 3 kings already. And the year ain't even over yet.
Yeah.
Just be honest with, first of all, be honest with yourself. Like, don't try to push an image out there because this is what you want people to see of you if
Mm-hmm.
you're not happy, because a false happiness is the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, okay, Bridget, let me ask you this. With you being single,
Mm-hmm.
say you get a boyfriend, do you think there's like a time limit between, when y'all, I guess you can say, make yourself exclusive to the time that you'll post him on your, like on your Instagram or something?
I mean, I already said this before. Like, I've never been big on like posting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So should it be a time limit? Yeah. Cause I feel like, first of all, I feel like it takes a while for you to truly get to know somebody. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like everyday people grow, people change, and they can end up turning into somebody, bless you.
Thanks.
That it's like you don't even know anymore. Um, So me personally, I wouldn't just be like love bombed and someone like be like, oh my God, like, like honestly, like, and I feel like someone tried to love bomb me before. I don't fall for stuff like that, and I don't really
Mm.
go for words. I gotta see action. So
Hmm.
um if we were speaking on me personally, I wouldn't be posting someone like quick, I said it before, like I probably wouldn't post a partner of mine until maybe I get married because it's none of y'all business for real. And I feel like it's not to I have nothing to prove to nobody. Like if I'm meeting
Mm-hmm.
someone, I want to get to know them. It has nothing to do with me, them, and the rest of the world.
Hmm.
Not saying that I wouldn't be proud of who I'm with, or nothing like that, but it's just I think it's better when people stay out your business because it's like relationships. No relationship is perfect. Y'all have your ups and downs. Y'all fight. Y'all argue. I'm not about to be taking your pictures down when I'm mad at you and then putting your
Yeah.
pictures up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like until we really locked into like we married, then it's like okay, like I'll post somebody, because it's like we in it for life.
Yeah. Speaking of, boyfriends, Bridget,
But
you check your DMs lately, Bridget?
no, you should
Uh-oh.
who hit my
Somebody in the DMs?
Check your DM, Bridget. A friend of a friend
DM. Shut the fuck up.
wanted me to let
Mm-mm.
you know to check those DMs, Bridget.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Romance
Like,
in the midst.
shut the fuck up.
You
Not
know,
y'all
just
trying to embarrass me on here.
this is I'm just throwing it out there, friend of a friend.
Okay.
Check those DMs.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's a nice friend.
Uh-oh.
A nice friend. So
I just think so with when me and my wife first got together, I'm not big
you
on posting
stupid.
anybody.
It's his friend.
And then when she would be like, yo, is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you mind if I post you? I'm like, yeah, like I'm not hiding from nobody. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not no secret relationship that I'm hiding from. I'm just
Mhm.
not big on posting.
Yeah.
And so she would post, and then it was like, you know, any post that we put up is more organic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a certain situation that's going on. Like I posted yesterday, we was going to the baseball game. Like it's organic. It's not, oh my God, like he took out the trash today. He is the greatest man. He gets me.
Right.
Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because the same dude that gets you is the same dude that be getting going when you get tired of him. So I
Yeah.
that he gets me shit, but organic posts, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
just happen to be someplace and the pictures are so fucking beautiful. You just want to share with every fucking body.
Yeah. Or if it
That's
was
different.
a good moment, you know, because y'all are married, you know, so if it's like a memorable moment, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's take a picture real quick. Like, you know, I don't think nothing is wrong with that. And and I'm not saying like no one will even have to wait until marriage to post your partner, you know, but I just feel like you and them both gotta know that y'all really locked in, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
can't be
Don't.
that's
like it can't be like someone that just started talking and it's like you trying to prove to everybody like, yeah, this is mine, you know, so I'm gonna post them.
mhm.
No, they don't want me to post them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when me and
Yeah.
I remember when me and not really when we first got together, but I mean it was kind of when we first got together. Like Brandon wouldn't really my boy wouldn't he wouldn't really post me.
Mm-hmm.
And I would wonder like why? Like why? I felt some type of way about it.
Yeah.
And then I just had to realize like he don't really post at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There you go.
So
That part.
how am I expecting him to just all of a sudden just start posting me all over his Instagram and all that stuff all the time? So,
Yeah.
you know, it's something that I guess it was something that I had to like, because at the end of the day, like, you know, thinking about it, it's actually really childish to really think like that. Like, why is he not posting me on his
Mm-hmm.
Instagram
Yeah.
when, you know, he's actually, you know, good to me in real life? So it's like I don't have to be posted on his Instagram. So, you know, yeah, I had to get over myself for
Yeah.
that because it's like, girl, it's Instagram. Calm
Right.
down.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I of course I don't think no one should be like hiding you, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like
Yeah.
Mhm.
um at the same time, like I'm saying, like you could still be proud of like who you with. You know, to me, like I think it's a red. I personally think it's a red flag. Like if somebody don't post a like husband or wife, that's a red flag to me. Like
Like at all.
yeah,
Yeah. Nah.
yeah,
That's yeah.
like
There's at least been
trying to
one
wear
picture
the shoes
that you
three
want people to
people.
just see of y'all. You know what
Well,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
you know, but um, I don't know. You got some people that's just not. You know, and at the end of the day, I feel like if you know y'all relationship is good, like you know what I'm saying, you know, like I'm with my man all the time, like you know, and whatever, like it you really what do you have to prove? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like and I
Yeah.
like and I don't think it's nothing wrong, like like you were saying, Don, like organically, like if y'all on a dinner date or wherever y'all go, y'all want to post
Yeah.
a picture and stuff. But I don't think it should ever be out of I'm trying to prove myself to the world that I'm happy, that I have a good man or a good woman, you know. It should just be because that's what it really is, and you just happy in that moment, you know.
And
Hmm.
that's what it boils down to a lot. People are trying to prove to other people that they're happy, or they want to show everybody else, oh, I got somebody. Look, I'm
Yeah,
not alone. I got somebody.
yeah,
Yep.
Just be happy. Like, just find your happy place and just do that. Because
yeah,
all those people that's looking on your Facebook, your Instagram, that you trying to prove something to, they could give a fuck less.
mm-hmm,
Exactly. Or they're out there trying to do the same thing.
yeah,
Right. Or they trying to take yours. So stop posting them if it's unnecessary.
yeah,
Leave that shit. Leave that shit. Like for example, like Ange, there's not a lot of pictures of you and B, but every now and then a picture will pop up, and I'm like, okay, you know, say I already know they happy. You know what I'm saying? I know who the hell they are. But it's not like, oh my God, we went to the store today to buy milk. Look at us, we're happy. It's not
yeah.
that bullshit. You
Listen,
know what I'm
listen. When
saying?
we first got together, oh, for me, it was definitely like that. Definitely. What? I was what? He was
Angie
all over
funny.
my social media. What? all over my social media. But that was because, but it was because like when we first got together, you couldn't get us to sit down.
Yeah.
We were always going somewhere. So, you know,
And
I was
was it
always
because
posting
you
it.
were more excited? Like, this is my boyfriend. Like, I
Yeah,
love him. Like, we're together.
that's really how it
Kind of
was.
thing.
Like I was just really excited to show off that I had like a good ass bomb ass boyfriend.
Yeah.
So that's really what it was. But now,
Yeah.
now it's definitely, you know, more. It's definitely more organic now.
Like for
Yeah.
me, you know what's the most irritating thing for me on social media? You'll see somebody out to dinner. They won't post who they're with, but they'll show their hand. Just don't fucking show nothing. Are you just showing that you at on a date? Fuck
Hmm.
out of here. Like everybody goes on dates.
Yeah.
Calm down, Peter Pan. Calm down.
Yeah, I don't really understand the whole, you know, trying to be mysterious with
Mhm.
your, you know, partner on social media. Either
How do
show
y'all feel
them
about people who
or
do that with
don't.
their babies? How do y'all feel about people who like
Like,
cover
don't show the
their baby?
baby. Just don't show the baby. Like
That's
you
how I
showed
Yeah,
feel
it.
just
about that.
Like, you know, if you're going to, you know, show the first picture, you know, it's probably, you know, your hand and then the father hand and the baby hand, something like that, cool. But if every other post is just, you know, a foot or, you know, the back of the baby's head or something, at that point in time, just don't post the baby.
Yeah.
right. People
Like
should
if
have
you
the
have to put
babies
an
put.
emoji over your child's face, then post a picture without the child.
Yeah.
Like, what's the
Right.
point? You know, people can remove those things, right?
And not
You
only
know, it's
that,
weird.
we don't give a damn that you got a kid. So we've been doing that shit for millions of years.
Hmm.
Nobody
Yeah.
gives a shit.
And if it's a safety thing, then don't post it.
Post it to you can what the hell
Right.
is it to your close friends or whatever. Post it to your close friends. But chances are they saw the same picture because you sent it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Social media is not
Yeah.
for every situation.
Yeah.
Nicole said, I used to want my ex to post me so bad. We were literally miserable. Now I do not even care.
Yep. That's how I was. I wanted my ex boyfriend to post me so bad. He used to never post me. Why? Because that nigga was cheating.
I never used to want my ex to post me because he was a fucking hoe. And I'm like, hell no, they gonna talk about me. And I remember one time he posted me and then he called me, he like, all right, I posted you, so now you gotta post me. I was like, I'm not fucking posting you.
Oh,
He got mad as hell and took my picture down, and I do not give a shit. Like, no, to me, that shit was embarrassing. He was embarrassing. I'm like, ain't nobody right sitting here and talk about me.
that's
Right, keep
hilarious.
that
I'm
shit to
dead.
yourself. Keep it to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Fuck it.
Got mad at me.
Yeah,
Like that
now
midnight
you
slide
know.
off. Just yeah, we gonna keep this shit at midnight. Nobody gonna see me going in your house. Nobody gonna see you coming in mine.
Oh,
We gonna keep that shit at midnight.
he was just too much of a fucking hoe. Like, no, I don't need nobody sliding my DM. I used to talk. I don't want to hear none of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
the fact that guys are still doing that fake shit, oh, I'm not with nobody, and you clearly got a motherfucking girl, like that shit right there. Because eventually that shit's gonna come to light.
mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna
Yep.
see you out. Somebody gonna see you doing something. It's gonna come to light. Yo, just stop fronting. Like if you're gonna cheat, at least let somebody know what the hell they are in the fucking situation.
If
Mm-hmm.
you just going, if
Clear.
you want to cheat, just be single, please.
Exactly. Okay.
Please, like if you're gonna cheat, just be fucking single, bro. Stop wasting motherfuckers' time.
Shut the
Well,
hell up.
yeah, you know.
Nicole said found out he was cheating when a girl tagged him at church while he had my car. Mm-mm.
Man, that's so
See, that's
funny. I
that
did that once.
bullshit. That's the
I did that
bullshit.
shit
See?
once. I did that shit once, but I was the one cheating, and I had his car.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
You was cheating?
yeah. I had
Hey.
with my ex boyfriend. Because after a while, I just stopped caring, but we didn't break up. So,
Okay.
um, yeah. So he let me use his car because I was helping a friend do a catering event, and Yeah, I took his car to this catering event in West Bumfuck, and he came to West Bumfuck to the catering event because whole time he hacked my phone, and he had something in my phone where basically he could like screen mirror my entire cell phone. So he basically saw everything that I was doing on my cell phone, all my text messages and
Oh,
everything. Yeah,
stalker much?
psychopath. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, and he saw that I was texting some other guy. Mind you, I was just texting him. We had never hung out or anything. I was just texting him. And yeah, and he came to get his keys back. But we were in I don't even remember where we were at, but I just know that it was a big field and there was a lot of woods and he had a nice time looking for his keys.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Angie,
Yes.
you're a little
Yes.
Wow.
I threw them
Psycho
directly into the
much?
woods.
Psycho much, maybe? Mm-hmm.
Listen, don't play with
Mm-mm.
So, but there's reasons that people try to hang on to what they got, even though they want to cheat. It's not always good reasons. Most of the time, it's dumb as fuck. But I get what y'all saying about no saying if you're gonna cheat, just go ahead and be single. Some people like that security blanket. Know what I'm saying? Like I know,
What
I
the hell
know who I'm
is
with.
going on?
I'm saying like some guys would be like, know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose who I got because I got a good one. However, know what I'm saying? This shit that I want that she don't do, and they go out there and do stupid shit.
That's why you communicate that.
me.
That's
Yeah.
That
At that
part. See,
point in
that's
time,
not
be
me. I
open
tell
if
you
that's an
exactly what the
option.
fuck I want. I tell you, hey, you either gonna say yes or no, but closed mouths don't get fed. I'm gonna
Don,
say exactly what I like.
give me 6 reasons why men cheat.
Mm.
And I don't want to hear the fucking conqueror shit.
Well, that's that. We'll make that number 6. Um, so first, men cheat for the same reason women cheat. They're missing something at home. Women will cheat emotionally. That something emotional they're missing at home. Usually for guys, it's something physical that they're missing at home.
Women cheat because of physical too.
It's rare, but it happens. It
Women,
happens.
I know a few.
See, a woman could just go out and just get a new dick. Like
Yeah, but
women
I'm
could
saying
just do that
like
shit
I
all day,
know
every day.
women that have cheated because the sex wasn't sexing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but the finances was financing.
It's not even a finance. It's uh, like I know 2 of them. Like it was a point where it's like one, they were in a relationship and the sex was always good, and then out of nowhere, it just got bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? You would think being in a relationship with someone and was good at a point, y'all know each other's bodies, but apparently it had got horrible to where she wanted to go out and cheat. And that's I know two women actually that's like that. Well, that did that in the past.
So another reason that men cheat
Mhm.
is because so what women don't realize is sometimes you will do things that will demean your man's manhood, and then there's this woman who's making him feel like the man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And he's gonna go over there, even though because at home, you know what I'm saying, he still got his home. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're living with a woman, you still got home. You still got to make sure, you know what I'm saying, home is good. But when you go over to this woman's house, she make you feel like you're the best thing that ever happened to women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful when you try to demean your man because there's a woman out there going, because women ask the same question: how's everything at home? Because they
Yep.
want to do it the opposite of what the hell he's getting at home.
Yep. I
Um,
know that. I don't want to say that I know that firsthand because my boyfriend has never cheated on me, but there has been a point where, you know, that something that I had to work on in therapy. I was fucking mean.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking mean.
you threw his keys in
And
the woods. You think maybe? Yeah,
no, not
little
no, not
mean.
that one. No, not no. That was the ex-boyfriend. I would never do that to Brandon. I would never
Oh, I know
I would
that.
never do that to Brandon.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, he yeah, I was fucking mean. I was rude and I was bitchy and you know, I had to fix that. I really really had to work on that because there were things that I would say that I didn't understand were now I don't want to say diminishing his manhood, but you know, they were things that were, you know, something that you know you might take a side eye at, like if somebody that you think loved you would say something like that to you, or even just, you know, just something that, maybe, something that's just a little disrespectful or something. So, that's something I had to work on because, I didn't want my man being treated good nowhere else because I'm not treating him good.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one of the reasons. So men will. Some men are just. Let's fucking be honest. Some men are just dogs. And I don't give a fuck if everything is perfect at home. He's getting everything that he wants out of life, and he'll still go out and cheat because that's just who he is. There
Yeah.
are some guys who are just dogs, and the red flags are there from the very beginning. And most women would be like, "No, I didn't see that because he treats me good every other way."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he will treat you good. No saying he got your back and all of that. But some men are just dogs. They are just gonna cheat no matter how good. If every time he walk in the house, you dropping down to your knees and handling him, he'll still go out and cheat. Why? Because he's a fucking dog. That you don't get mad at a dog for barking. Why? Because that's what dogs do. Don't
Yeah.
get mad at a dog man for cheating, because that's what a dog man does.
Okay.
So what's that? 3?
That
Definitely the conqueror thing.
4, but go ahead.
That was 4. Okay.
So I don't know.
Damn, 6 reasons? I don't even think men have 6 reasons for fucking
You
cheating.
do.
Usually it's
What about not being appealing to your man? Like not keeping up with your image, your looks.
So that just all depends on the man. So some men are gonna accept their woman for exactly who the hell she is,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll still go out and cheat. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll
Mm-hmm.
still go out and do something stupid.
Yeah, but like that is a legit reason why a man will go cheat because a woman is not keeping up with her. So, like, she's not doing anything to like.
She lets herself go.
Yes, or embrace her feminine. Like.
And there are guys who will mention it to their woman
but...
first. They'll say something to them. Maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do that. And the woman's like, whatever. I'm fine. I wear a bonnet to bed every night. I'm good. I ain't had on a negligee ever. Know what I'm saying? And to them, it's like, but then you got this chick at work who's like, yeah, I just went out and bought this negligee. You want me to show it off for you? This nigga's like, my woman don't even put on a motherfucking negligee. Yeah, that's a reason. It's not a good reason, but it's a reason. I think if you don't like the way somebody is letting themselves go, and it doesn't seem like they're willing to make the changes to beautify themselves, let them go. Like, because guess what? There's a guy out there who's not gonna give a fuck about that bonnet. He's not gonna care if she get into bed every night with granny drawers on. He don't give a shit.
I have a. Go ahead. Did we do number 6? Go ahead.
Conqueror. Men are conquerors. That's just what they do.
Oh my
you know what I'm saying? that's what they do.
Conquerors.
That's why Neo got what 3, 4 women? 3, 4.
Boo.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't like him. They like his money because Neo gay.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Allegedly.
I didn't even know that was allegedly. Wait a minute.
Well, look, I mean, no one's trying to get sued.
Yeah.
Allegedly, Neo likes women.
He actually likes women.
Allegedly, Neo likes men, women, all of it too.
Nah. He tried to do the relationship shit. He tried to be the gentleman, and now he's just the gentleman.
The gentleman. Yeah, all right.
He used to be the gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like Neo was that dude.
He made gentlemanly music. Bullshit.
Yeah, he's a good songwriter.
Well, you gotta be a gentleman to do that.
I don't agree with his personal life, but it is what it is. It's his life, not mine.
I agree with it. It's not my life, but I clap for him. Clap for him.
No, I ain't gonna clap for that. I'm a
because guess what?
Woman.
He could be going out and cheating, and none of those women know. Everybody knows. Ain't nobody's feelings getting hurt.
Just do him.
Why? If he likes the companionship, he just likes the companionship of more than one woman. But everybody knows about each other. Everybody's cool. I think he's doing it right. Honestly, I mean, if you want to be with multiple women, that's the way you do it. Don't sit there and hurt nobody. Like people don't understand when you cheat on somebody, that does a lot to their psyche. know what I'm saying? Like that basically brings down that person as a person. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're thinking, what did I do wrong?
Yes.
What I didn't
I was just
do?
about to say that. I feel like people, that be the first thing that come to people's mind is like, what did I do? What did I not do? And I'll be like,
Yeah,
no, it's fucking them. Like,
exactly.
Right.
and is that person.
Mm-hmm.
And we always try to wear, we always wear that shit, and it's not even our outfit to wear. Like we are sitting there going, well, what could I have done differently? What could I have done better? How could I be a better person? And you was perfect. You was just exactly who the hell you were supposed to be.
Right.
But if you're gonna do it, because there are a lot of women who are okay with being in a polygamous relationship. They are cool as shit with that. Find them. But if you find a woman who wants to be monogamous and that's not your bag, why hurt her? Why do that shit?
Yeah.
Right.
And I used to be that guy, but not no more. Like, nah, like my woman want to be monogamous, then I'm happy being monogamous.
Right.
I'm not 17. I'm not like, oh my God, I gotta fuck everything moving. I'm not that dude no more. No saying like
a financial burden of taking care of more than one woman.
Hell yeah, that's a financial burden. You're goddamn right. Shit, one woman costs a lot. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I ain't got Neo money. Fuck the hell no. I ain't got his dough. I'll take one for 300, Jack. We good. Just one woman.
Yeah.
Imagine, Bridge, you know what I'm saying? Imagine a guy having 3 of you and trying to fucking really support himself as well.
What you mean? You act like I'm expensive.
Nah, you're not cheap though. You know what I'm saying? You're not high maintenance, but you high quality. You know what I'm saying? That shit, it's gonna cost to be the boss if he gonna be with you.
True.
And he want to do that with 3 of you? Shit.
That ain't a lie.
I don't know. We need to figure out more ways to have more men.
More men. What do you mean?
To develop them. And we need to develop them right the second time.
Women, there's women who got more than
We need to
one
get in
man.
a science lab and procreate men.
Oh God.
Really? Start fucking all school or some shit. Raise these motherfuckers up.
Men need etiquette classes.
No,
yes, they do.
Men need to hang around grown men. That's the biggest thing.
They need mental.
Men need to really stop hanging around with their peers and hang around with somebody that's a little bit older.
Yeah.
Who's been through the things and he's like, look, nah, no saying this is, you got to change that.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, but you know what I'm saying? Cotton could dull a fucking knife in a heartbeat. So
yeah.
Yep.
Especially I feel like black men definitely need mentors, and that's not your friends. That's like on the same level as you. Sometimes it's not even your family members, you know what I'm saying? But definitely somebody that you can relate to, that you would trust to let your guard down, and someone that, like you said, been through something, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely feel like men need that. Black men.
Yeah, especially if you ain't got no father.
Like my mentor, he had been married, been divorced, but he was still a champion for marriage. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, if you're gonna do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop getting in, getting out. He's like, other than that, just go ahead and be a player. But if you're gonna actually get into
his ass done got caught. Because if he
his wife cheated on him. He actually, he did not want to get a divorce, but she cheated on him.
After him cheating.
And now he ain't even trying to get married. He's like, fuck that shit. I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
Oh, he's tarnished.
Yeah.
Well, Bridget, Lexus Turner said, so what do you think? I can't read today. What is the definition of a man to you, ladies? His role, and what do you expect?
Okay. You want to go first, Andrew? You want me to go first?
You go first.
Y'all get on my nerves. The definition of a man is a leader, someone who's respectful, who is considerate, someone who's a protector and thinks about his woman's safety. And that's in all aspects of like her mind, her mental. Yeah, that's just a few. Go ahead, Angie. You can tap in.
Um, I mean, honestly, everything that you said for me is definitely heavy on respect.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody that's heavy on respect, somebody that's hardworking, somebody that has that provider niche in them, somebody that, wants to, somebody that has the same, somebody that has the same views that I have, like, somebody that believes in God, somebody
Yeah.
that wants to get married, somebody that wants to have, at least one child, somebody that, wants to build together, that wants to build with me. We got to be on the same page with that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get that.
And
Um,
there are things that I do. There are some things that I do expect out of my man, but honestly I feel like the things that I expect out of my man are like very like first worldy issues.
mhm,
Like, like, I'm be real, I'm not the girl to take out the trash. I'm not gonna do that. He got that,
mhm.
but I'm the kind of person that takes care of the cooking. I take care of the cooking, he'll wash the dishes.
Right.
I feel like we have, in my relationship personally, I feel like we are really good at, picking up where the other person falls, especially with, housework and, when it comes to bills and stuff like that. And even emotionally and stuff like that. If I see that he's down and, not himself, that means that I know that I need to pull an extra, maybe, 20-30% for our day to, keep our day going and things like that. um yeah, somebody
Yeah.
that's just in it with me.
Yeah. She said, as a woman, do you think you and your man are equals?
um with honestly, with what I just said,
Yeah.
yes, I do. Because like I said, I feel like we really do a good job at, balancing each other out. And, as we continue on in our relationship, I feel like we really are learning our places with each other, what he's good at and what I'm good at doing, and, what he isn't the best at doing and what I'm not the best at doing. And, I can I can fill in, when he needs me. He can fill in when I need him and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I do think that we are equal. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Nicole's answer. She said, yes, I do. Where he is weak, I'm strong. Um, where I'm weak, he is strong. I agree with that. I feel like,
Mhm.
that that's the point of a relationship. I feel like y'all supposed to like
Mm-hmm.
balance each other out. Um,
Yeah.
but so I have a question, and this isn't my topic, but I just thought of this question. Um, how do y'all support your partner through depression?
Oh, that's so. First of all, um, learn to listen just to be a sounding board. Sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
sometimes they really don't need your response. They don't need you to fix the problem. They just need somebody to bounce their problems off of. That's the biggest thing. One thing that I've learned is that just because you're the man in a relationship, that don't mean you can fix everything. And yes, sometimes therapy is necessary. And don't be afraid to say, you know what, I think that somebody with more experience than me needs to chime in on this, or maybe therapy is necessary.
Mhm.
Um, but the biggest thing is when you're listening to somebody, we have this innate problem of listening to respond. Every time we're
Mhm.
listening to somebody, instead of actually listening to them, we're forming a response in our head. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the biggest dangers, especially if somebody's going through depression,
Mm-hmm.
because you may say the wrong thing. Sometimes just let them get it off of their chest, because that may fix their problem in itself.
Yeah. What
Mhm.
What you think, Angie? How do you support your partner through depression, or how would you like your partner to support you through depression?
Well, this is something that I actually can relate to, like, really, really deeply,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm actually going through a really, really deep depressive time in my life right now. That's actually why I wasn't on the show last week, because I literally just I couldn't even muster up the energy to fake a smile.
Yeah.
Like I was just so low and so down, and so because y'all know what I'm going through and stuff like that. So hopefully that'll be changing soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
So 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 honestly, I would say probably since like May of last year when my cat passed away,
Mhm.
stuff in my life just started going like super, super, super downhill. Like my boss left from my job, things started switching up at my job and stuff like that. I got all this extra work thrown on me and I didn't know how to handle it and stuff like that. And, going through stuff with friends and, not knowing where to place myself and all of that stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then, being unemployed and, going through all of that stuff and blah, blah, blah. So, it's really 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 been bringing me down on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So my partner, he's been really really supportive. I feel like he's really I feel like over the past probably like year, maybe about year and a half, he's really understanding that like I really do have an issue with anxiety, and I really do have an issue with depression and going through really really low points and stuff like that. I even went through a really depressive time in my life during COVID because I couldn't get out the damn house.
Yeah.
I couldn't That was my outlet, going out to eat with my friends and being outside and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then all of a sudden we're stuck in a house on lockdown now. Like I was losing my mind. I was literally
Yeah.
losing my mind. So just, you know, being extremely gentle with my feelings.
Mhm.
Um, just being that listening ear, really understanding that, at the end of the day, there's really nothing that he can do but be there for me.
Mhm.
That, this is something that I do have to, pull myself out of, but he can hold my hand through it the entire time.
Yeah.
He doesn't judge me. He knows that I take medication for this. He knows that I just reworked. I had an appointment with my psychiatrist this morning, reworked my medication because it is not working
Yeah.
anymore. And he's really open to listening to what I need, and understanding that slow breathing don't work for me,
Yeah.
that just listening to a comforting video ain't gonna do nothing for me. He wakes up with me at 3 o'clock in the morning, when I'm sad and I can't sleep. The other day I woke up out of a dream and he was getting ready for work, literally had to leave the house in 30 minutes. I probably cried for about 20 minutes
Mhm.
of that 30 minutes because I just had just such a traumatic dream, and it just felt so real, and
Yeah.
it sent me into a full panic. It sent me into a full panic attack.
Yeah.
And he he did he have to rush through that last 10 minutes of him getting ready just to be able to gently comfort me basically back to bed before he had to leave? Yeah. And that's something that I really 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 do appreciate with him, because this shit is not easy.
Yeah.
And people think that, oh, Angie's just whining, Angie's just, you good. You just sad right now. You
Yeah.
good. And it's
When
like, I'm not.
people go through, when some people have never truly experienced real depression, they can't relate, so they think it doesn't exist. They don't think it's real. They think you're overreacting and being dramatic, but you're not.
Yeah, like I'm losing weight. I eat probably about maybe once a day. Like I got braids in because my hair was falling out in literal clumps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
But Britt, let me
yeah.
ask you this: as somebody who is single, right?
Mm-hmm.
how do you, because sometimes when you lean on somebody,
Mhm.
it creates a false feeling sometimes
Yeah.
because they were willing to listen. You're like, well, maybe this is who I'm supposed to be with. Like, how do you prevent that from happening?
Like, you mean like venting to someone?
Like venting to someone, or just, if you're having a rough day,
Okay.
because, I'm saying, like, I don't, if you've never watched the show, Bridges the Entrepreneur. So, as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you have rough days. You know what I'm saying? Hell, tax season, you having a
Yeah.
whole lot of fucking rough days.
Yeah.
And you lean on somebody to have that conversation. But
Y'all don't.
sometimes when you do that,
Y'all
it
gonna cry.
because
All right. Now, I mean, honestly, like I do lean on talking to God a lot, because I realize, like, it's a reason why, like, God comes before, like, your mother, your father, before everybody
yeah.
in life. Because one thing about man, and I'm talking about man and woman, they are always going to fail you in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? They're going to disappoint you. No one is perfect. You know what I'm saying? But God. So I feel like man is always going to disappoint you in some type of way. That, like, your parents are going to disappoint you at a point in time. Your partner's going to disappoint you. Your siblings going to disappoint you. Your friends going to disappoint you. But God is the one person I feel like I have to turn to. And it's like, you might not hear a response back. But yeah, I don't know. I turn to God. I pray a lot. And even just random times, I just be like, I'll sit there and pray and just be so grateful to God for always. I feel like being there for me when I feel like I have nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's who I lean on. Not to say that I don't vent to people. I might have my sisters sometimes, but sometimes when my sisters is going through things like, real,
Yeah.
real bad things in their lives, it's not my turn, despite what I'm going through. Sometimes I have to shut out what I'm going through because it's like, no, it's my turn to be there for her, and
Yep.
Yeah.
my problems don't matter right now, because when I'm having issues, regardless what she going through, she's the ear to listen. So
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole thing is like, just if try to have a support system if you can, but also be mindful that other people are going through things too. And if you feel like you have nobody, I feel like you should always turn to God. And I do like that Angie, you was being vulnerable and telling your situation and how supportive your partner is, because I feel like all of those ways is great examples of how people should support their partner, because I feel like sometimes people don't know how to support their partner, because sometimes people can shut their own partner out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And their partner might act out of frustration, like, well, you ain't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And they don't know what to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like that was nice that you shared that of how
Yeah,
support through
that was very vulnerable of you, and we appreciate that.
yeah.
We have been
Yeah,
just rolling
love.
through this. We didn't even get to the other topics. There we go with it.
Yeah. So who's next? Is it
You,
me?
we
You,
go we go
you,
we go we gonna
you.
go ahead with you next. Um,
Whew, y'all right have me in here.
Wait, did Dawn even say? Did you go,
No,
no,
Dawn?
we was on
Oh,
your topic the whole
no,
time. No.
God, don't do that. You want me to go with my topic first, Donna? You want to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Now this topic is still a little deep, but my topic is black men and black women. We are not each other's enemies. Okay. And for
Mhm.
some reason in today's society, I feel like we both act as such. Um, can y'all just tell me why y'all think that black men and black women feel like we're each other's enemies, and what do y'all feel like we can do to come together, so we can unite and get along and have healthy relationships and love each other properly, and stop like hating each other.
I heavily believe that is based on what the world is, not even what yeah, what the world, but what we're putting out there.
Hmm.
I feel like I feel like Black love isn't something that's focused on. I feel like, Black love, Black community is not something that's focused on. I feel like the only time we come together is for a cause, but I feel like the cause is off the backbone of, oh, this person was shot by the police, so now we getting together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, people are, just basically just off the strength of something negative.
Mm-hmm.
That's what pulls us together. Black people are only getting together, why? Funerals,
Mm-hmm.
shit like that. I
Yeah.
think heavily relies on what we put out there, like Black movies. What Black movies keep coming out? Fucking slave movies. Where's
Mm-hmm.
the Black love movies?
Yeah.
Where's the I haven't seen a Black love story on a movie since that movie with Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanford. What y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like exactly, because it wasn't even promoted like that. It was not promoted like that, and I'm pretty sure it was like an indie film. So
Yeah.
ain't no you know, big, not even people like Tyler Perry are out there putting out Black love stories. It's always you know, something against a white family or a Black tragedy or, something like that,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I really heavily feel it depends. It's based on what is being put out there, and we don't ever you don't ever see stuff like even fucking commercials, and this honestly pisses me off all the time. Every time you see a commercial on TV, it's a Black woman and a white man, or a
Mm-hmm.
Black woman and a Black woman and a man that is not a Black man, and a little baby with curly poofy hair.
Yeah.
Like, where's the Black families? Where's the Black father? Like, why don't I it's annoying.
Yeah. Um,
So,
Go ahead, Don.
so one of the biggest things is society is teaching us or pushing for us to tear each other down.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
and so it's not even okay. Like if we think back to our parents and our grandparents, like they was building each other up even when the household wasn't happy. You know what I'm saying? Like even when shit was falling apart at the house, they was still like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, baby, like you can do this. You know what I'm saying? You can we're gonna be okay. You can do this. And we've lost that because of so many things. TV,
Man, I feel like that was rooted in trauma too.
um, like the last Black family couple uh, that really showed family values was the Cosby Show. After that, all that, and there's been some other good family-based shows, but
Yeah,
that
but we
one
could probably
taught you
count them on both
family
hands.
values. You know what I'm saying? Like it taught
Yeah.
you, you know what I'm saying, how I'm gonna have my wife's back, my wife's gonna have my back. We gonna make sure that our kids get raised right. We lost that shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, we're tearing each other down, and there's so many messed up reasons that we're doing it. We have this false image of what a woman should look like. So now we're sitting there going, "Oh, my girl don't look like the five chicks I just saw on IG." So now I need to ride her back about not going to the no saying go to the gym. How about you just love your woman for who the hell she is? How about you just love your man for who he is, whether he makes seven figures or not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Love your man for who he is, because I guarantee if you do that, yes, your man might get to that seven-figure income because now he has a support system. He has somebody who's gonna, you know what I'm saying, hold him down when shit get rough. And yeah, your woman might go, you know what? I want to make myself look as good as I possibly can for my man. You ain't gotta say it to her. She'll do it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
I feel like yes, I feel like Nicole was definitely right. She said society promotes dysfunction amongst the
Yep.
Black. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The shows is like Black men and women fighting, Black men cheating and having
Yep.
side babies, and
Baby mother.
you know,
Hmm.
uh, I also, me personally, I feel like why we be feeling like we're each other's enemies, because I feel like, in a sense, I feel like we started looking at each other not as equals, but actually as competition.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a day and age where I feel like men and women are almost like competing with each other. And to me, like, since when do men and women need to compete with each other? We're completely different and we both have great things to offer, so it's
Mm-hmm.
you can you can't compete where you don't compare. We're not the same. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be the same. But it's I feel like part of it, and no, I'm not coming from men at all, because I love black men. But I feel like a lot of black women was left with no choice but to be the strong black woman. You was left with no choice but to go out here and get an education so you can provide, and take care of your family. Because if you and the family broke up, you and your husband get divorced or whatever the case may be, you still have to pay the bills. You still got to take care of the family. Or I'll give you another scenario. If the father end up getting locked up and going to jail, you know what I'm saying? So it's like women I feel like over time they've had, and not saying they've had to, but they also wanted to go out here and provide for their own, because back in the day it's like you don't leave home until you're married, or you're pregnant and you
Right.
have to get married. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
when women got pregnant, like you have to get married and you don't leave home until you're married. But I feel like a lot of women, it's like you will be waiting for the rest of your lives, when it comes to some of these men. And and I'm not trying to attack men, but it's the reality of it. So I feel like women had no choice and also wanted to go out here, be strong, get education, get jobs. When black women are buying homes at way higher rates, and it's because women don't want to sit around and never have nothing in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're waiting for a man to obtain things. And so men are looking at women that had no choice but to go and obtain these things, like as if we trying to compete with you. In reality, we just trying to survive. That's it. We don't want to live our life like I waited for a man my whole life to not have shit. Like and so I just and I'm not saying that women don't try to compete with men, because you got some women that be like, anything a man can do, I can do better. You know what I'm saying? So you have women that's like that too, but I think it's like when women is out here being educated, or as men out here being ambitious and having things, I don't ever think you should look at that as a threat. I don't think of it as a threat, period. Because even with some women, you got some women that want to compete with each other. But to me, if I see a friend of mine, a homeboy of mine, if I had a man, if you're obtaining things and you becoming successful in your life, I'm happy for you, period. I'm not looking at you like I'm gonna one up you. I feel like we need to stop having that crab in a barrel mentality where it's like, oh, because I'm not doing good, I gotta tear you back down. Like because and I feel like that's why we have to stop looking at each other like competition. Like, why can't I win? Because this another thing. If if I fucking got rich tomorrow, what benefit would it be for me, for everyone around me to be broke? Because everyone's gonna be like, well, Bridget, can I get $10,000?
Right.
Can I get car just broke? Can you give me a new car? And next thing you know, I'm fucking broke. And then everybody who needed something from me, we all just sitting here broke again. So it's no use of everyone not having shit. I want everyone around me to win. I want everyone around me to have shit, because that means I don't gotta keep digging out my pocket and potentially fucking my shit up. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how do y'all feel like? How do y'all like? So I said, like, stop competing with each other. But is there any other ways that y'all feel like we can stop looking at each other as enemies? Like, is there something that y'all feel like we can do?
So, in order for us to get to that point, and this is actually a great topic, and I wish we had more time to really. As a matter of fact, we're gonna bring this topic. We're gonna circle back on this one. But this is a good long topic. We have to first stop hating ourselves.
Yeah.
If Because a lot of the things that we do, or a lot of the ways that we treat the opposite sex, is because we hate ourselves and we beat ourselves up so bad and people who are down want to bring somebody down with them. So as
Absolutely.
opposed to being somebody's cheerleader, as opposed to being your woman's cheerleader or your man's cheerleader, you'd rather be like, you know what? I'm trying to get above you, so I'm gonna pull you down with my words while I try to get up. But
Yeah.
now, how about you push that person up? You know what I'm saying? Let's build each other up. Like we have to get past this what society says black people are, because we are not that. Like we are a lot better than what society tells us we are. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We are not the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying? We come from kings and queens.
Right.
So let's
Mm-hmm.
treat each other like kings and queens. You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't treat your queen that way. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't sit there and talk down to your queen. So
Yeah.
why do it to the woman that you with?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even I agree with what Dream Team says. If you're a man, be a man. If you're a woman, be that shit. It's made
Mhm.
nowadays to be more complicated than what it is. I 100% agree with that. I'm just, I'm a girl that was raised by her grandparents. I am an extremely old-fashioned woman, you know. I don't mind being the woman to take care of the home and stuff like that. I don't mind having my husband being the provider. Now, is that probably how life's going to go? No, but but do I have a problem working and also bringing home the bacon and stuff like that? No, but I'm, blessed enough to have a man that, will, push me to, do better things and, not be upset that, I'm bringing home money and stuff like that.
Right.
But I do feel like, you know, on top of what you were saying earlier, Bridget, about how, females were forced to, have to become the breadwinner. Females are forced to, get those homes and stuff like that, because if they keep waiting, they ain't gonna have nothing, wait for a man. So I do feel like I feel like men have really gotten away from the, I guess you can say, traditional life, I guess you can say,
Yeah.
which has led, women to be forced to, pick up where they're, I guess you can say pick up, I guess you can say their downfall or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, I feel like these men aren't being raised as men. I feel like they're not being taught, that, a man is to provide.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like they're being taught that, the man is supposed to be the man.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think they're being taught how to be men, which leads them to not know how to grow as men and not know how to be men in the future.
Yeah.
So when you first meet a guy, and this is for all ladies on here, um, when you first meet a guy and you're having those conversations, feel out where they are as an individual, because a lot of
Mhm.
times women will walk into a relationship and they've had to build up such a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, a lot of women are in survival mode. No saying like every day I got to be able to survive. I got to be able to keep me up. Um, but that those dates that you go on is not just to see how much money this person is going to spend on you. It's so you can try to figure out what their values look like.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys will get into a relationship with a woman and they expect the woman to immediately say, "Okay, we're together now. Um, so I'm going to bow heel kneel to you." That's no saying that's that because you haven't a man can't expect that because he hasn't been able to show who he really is as a man. No
Yeah.
saying how he hasn't been able to show his values. So how you going to expect her to put that wall down? She's still in survival mode. No
Yeah.
saying she's still like every day. No saying I got to get out here and hustle hard, as if I ain't never gonna be with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
No saying women will sit there and be like, no saying every day they get up every no saying they don't get up and go to work because they love doing that shit. They get up and go to work because they know if I don't go to work, my bills won't get paid.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so those when you're dating somebody, when you're going through that dating phase, That's for you to find out who that person is. And we've got that all fucked up because everybody thinks, oh, a date is based on how much he spent on. If that nigga spent a dime or a dollar, who is he?
Right.
Who is it that you're
Yeah.
dating? Who
What
are
kind
you
of
trying to
person is
start a
he?
relationship with?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll find that guy who's sitting there going, yo, you know what? We may not be able to go to Ruth Chris on that first date because I got other shit that I'm trying to put in motion. You know what I'm saying? And me blowing $200-300 on a meal, it just ain't that's not in my budget. You know what I'm saying? My budget is for me to get a house. So when I get that woman that we can build together.
Mm-hmm.
But social media got us all fucked up. They got us thinking that it's all about how much somebody gonna spend on you and not who the fuck is this person really? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it that I'm starting this journey with? Because a date is a start of a journey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what the date is not. Oh, he took me and we spent $400 on a meal, and then he fucked my friend. Oh, okay. You cool with that? You good?
Yeah.
Because he spent the money on you, and now your friend fucking him. Y'all good? No, it's about no saying, oh, he spent $40 because we were just sitting there having a conversation. We didn't even have time to fucking eat for real. No, I'm saying we was really just getting to know who the hell each other are.
Mm-hmm.
That's a date. That's courting someone. And we got to get back to the courting phase of a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even when you get into a relationship, I don't give a fuck if you've been together for 5 months or 5 years. Still court that person that you with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Still go on those dates. And I never knew how important it was. And I won't even say in my last marriage, because in my last marriage, that's other shit. In my current marriage, I will find a way to date her at least 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah.
Excuse me, 2 or 3 times a week. And a date may not be we going out to dinner.
Right.
It may not be we going to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
We may just go to TJ Maxx and pick up a scarf or some shit, but that was a cool ass date. We hung out and we cut it up, and that was no saying that was us just replenishing the well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you keep taking from the well and that well run dry, oh, there's no way to refill it.
Mm-hmm.
When the well runs dry, the relationship is over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to continuously constantly build. If my woman is going out for a promotion, I am sitting there, I ain't got pom-poms. Yay, team, I got you. What you need, we need to do mock interviews. What do we need to do to make sure that you can get up so when I get up, we can get up together?
Yeah.
And it's hard for and I'm I ain't never gonna beat up on my dudes, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Dream team, I'm here. I ain't beating up on y'all. But give women a reason to get out of survival mode. Get them out of that survival mode. You know what I'm saying? Get them out of that. I gotta go to work every day just so I can pay my bills. Get them into a realm of even if you're not gonna pay their bills. I mean, let's be honest. Like everybody's got bills. I can't take on nobody else's bills right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what you can show them is you know how to handle money. So when y'all do progress through that dating journey, relationship journey, when y'all move in together and y'all are doing things, hopefully married, she can go, I can breathe because he gonna take care of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, her money's going in, your money's going in, but she ain't got to worry about what's getting paid, when it got paid. All she got to do is go, you know what? I went to work, I came home, I took a bubble bath because my man got that shit. He took care of all the other shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm off my soapbox now. My bad.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. That's just something I see. It's just like I'm so sick and tired of feeling like, and I feel like that's why, like, I feel like it almost feels impossible for Black men and Black women to unite. You know, it's like it's so much stuff that I feel like is causing a divide between us. And it's a lot of people being influenced by things too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like social media, rappers, shit they see,
Mhm.
people having mental health issues, having like like what's that?
Mommy issues, daddy issues.
Daddy issues and like what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like because that is one mental issue too that I feel like people have. Like, is it a personality disorder where it's like they feel like they somebody that they not?
Mhm.
But I feel like
Mm.
people kind of live through like rappers and shit. I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like because rappers be doing something like, oh, I can do it. I'm living that type of life. Like But yeah, I feel like we have to get back to respecting each other. You know what I'm saying? Number one,
Mhm.
despite
Yeah.
different, you know what I'm saying? Despite disagreements, despite if you need to walk away, I feel like at the bare minimum, we need to respect each other.
Yeah.
Um. So, what's your topic?
All right, so we gonna run through this real quick. We've held y'all up, but we glad y'all hung out with us. Um, how do you know the difference between somebody being interested and somebody being thirsty?
Thirsty.
I feel like if somebody's thirsty, then they're sexually charged.
Mm,
Mm.
I wasn't expecting that. Please continue.
Interested and thirsty.
Because like I feel like if you just thirsty, then you just like what you see.
Mm, okay.
I feel like that's where thirst is. Thirst is when you like what you see. Like, people say, oh, you posting a thirst trap. That's you posting your body in a way for people to see, see what you got going on and
Mm.
shit like that. People are, liking what they see.
But I need you to elaborate a little bit. Like, are you talking about like thirsty, like being pressed, or like thirsty,
Yeah,
like
like somebody either showing interest in you or somebody being pressed. You know what I'm saying?
pressed?
Like, yeah,
Like the
yeah.
person probably only comments on particular pictures or, likes particular pictures, they don't, say I'm posting, stuff about, what say I make a post that is just words or something like that. And, they show no, interest to that post. But then as soon as I post a picture, maybe with a little cleavage, maybe showing a little ass or something like that, then they all over that picture commenting and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
I think. I mean, if I'm taking what you're saying right, I feel like someone who is interested, is gonna be natural. Like, hey, how you doing? I would like to get to know you. I would like to take you out to get to know you more. I hate the word going with the flow because I don't like that word, but it's kind of like going with the flow naturally. You know,
Mm.
um, versus someone like, what you doing this weekend? Like, oh, all right, well, when you're done that, can we do this? Like, to me, if we talk about press, like being pressed, it's like you're just fucking hassling me instead of letting it be natural. I'm assuming that
Mhm.
that's what you're talking about. Um, but thirsty, I mean, so we talking about thirsty, like being thirsty, like is this like sexual? Like, cause I'm confused with like
Yeah.
that's what you talking about.
Sexual or just
Right?
basically, I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll tell you the situation that brought this to
Yeah,
mind.
give me a scenario.
I was out, and I watched the interaction between this young lady and this young man. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Not young man. They're probably about your age, whatever. So we'll call it that.
I'm young.
Young lady and young man. Then okay.
I'm
Okay.
young.
So he was sitting at the bar.
Mhm.
She came over and sparked a conversation with him. And at
Mhm.
first, I was thinking, oh, that's very forward of a, you know what I'm saying, a woman to really show, you know what I'm saying, yo, I seen you over there, and I wanted to come over here and have a conversation. And I'm sitting back watching the whole situation while I'm sipping on my drink.
Mhm.
But then it was almost like he was trying to let her off easy, like I'm not interested.
Mhm.
But she was still having a full blown conversation. to the
Yeah.
point where he actually pivoted himself in his chair. So his back is now to her, and
Yeah.
she is still talking in his ear. And I was like, oh, no, she thirsty.
Yeah.
That's thirstiest.
Yeah. Okay. So third would be like, okay, I guess a scenario like if somebody hits you up like, hey, can I take you out to eat? And I'll be like, oh, I have to get back with you in my schedule. And you like, hey, what you doing? You never responded.
Okay.
Back to text. Like, that's fucking thirsty. Like, so yeah, I would say that's the difference between being interested. You said interested, right?
Yeah, interested. Mm-hmm.
And being thirsty. Like, it's okay to be interested, but it's like, don't be fucking hassling me, like, where then I'm gonna probably feel uncomfortable and not even want to, like, go on a date.
Right. Don't be weird.
Because
Psychopath.
like the crazy thing is before I got with my wife, I would, I was new back, I was 14 years out of the dating thing, so I was still trying to figure this whole thing out.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have jumped in a couple of DMs. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You want to go grab something to eat one day, or whatever, something like that. And they would kind of blow me off, and I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not about to reach out again.
Right.
I just wanted to eat with somebody across the table from me. I wasn't even trying to date you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We both got to eat. Let's have a meal together type shit.
Yeah.
But because women got so beat up on that thirsty thing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You want to go out to eat? You don't want to eat? Okay, fine. You want to go for a walk then? Okay, you don't want to go for a walk? I got a car. You want to ride in the car with me? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't one of those dudes.
Yeah.
So I was when I saw that, I was like, because of course everybody says the dating pool got shit in it. So I'm like, yo, how are women and men navigating through this shit?
Like one of my clients was watching the show Love on the Spectrum the other day, right? And I ain't gonna lie,
that show.
What the fuck is that? Is that retarded love? What the fuck is that?
Dawn, you ignorant motherfucker.
Oh, he's ignorant.
What the fuck is that?
You rude ass motherfucker.
Say that.
You gonna have to edit that out. Edit that
out.
My
bad. Okay, my bad. Look, Love on a what spectrum? What is that?
Yes, the autism spectrum.
Oh, so you're really talking about Love on the Spectrum?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was making a joke. My bad. I was making a joke.
Don't say that word anymore, Dawn.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody need to get tougher skin. Go ahead, let's go. So we're really talking about two people on the spectrum and being in love.
Yes, autism spectrum. One of my One of my clients was watching it, so I'm watching it and watching them because I'm an observer, so I like to watch people. It just showed me how very blunt they are about their wants and what they don't want. They communicate better than
man. They tell you straight up. Yes.
They'll be like, no, I don't want a person that does this. And they're like, okay, you don't do this? All right, it was nice meeting you. Like, they done with
right.
You.
Is this a show?
Yes, you have to watch it.
I've got to find it.
It was good. It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find it.
It's like it helps them try to like find love, but it's crazy as hell because I truly feel like watching that makes you realize like they really do know how to communicate better than we do, and like the one guy took the girl on a date and he was like, at the end he was like, I would love to take you on another date. She was like, okay. She was like, I gotta talk to my mom. Like, I'll think about it. He was like, take all the time you need. To me, that is a prime example of not like he was able to take that she has to think about whether she wants to go on another date with him or not. And he wasn't thirsty about it. He wasn't pressing her about it. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's like a prime example, but watching them, I'm like, dang, like we could all learn something from watching that show. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Because they're very clear about their intentions, that what they want and what they do not want. And they don't even take it fucking personal. That's the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if I'd be like, I don't think I want to be with you. They might be like, oh, that hurt my feelings, but I respect it and I wish you the best, And I'm like, dang, like watching that show, I'm like, I feel like everyone needs to be watching that show.
Man, listen, not all of them.
So hold on.
Not all of them. The girl Danny.
I only seen like a few. I guess it was one episode.
Man, the girl Danny got some drama going on Instagram with her ex-boyfriend Aiden right now. I've been watching.
from what I've
give
seen.
give me 1 minute so I can properly apologize. I can properly apologize. So when you said love on the spectrum, I thought that was like some social media shit, like some stupid love type shit. I
Yeah,
didn't know we were talking about love on the spectrum.
yeah.
So I
Autism.
apologize for what I said. That was wrong, but I misunderstood. My bad. I don't need nobody fucking canceling our damn
We're gonna get
show
canceled,
at
dog.
all.
They're
I
not
know.
gonna watch
So
us no more.
I am going to watch this show because, first of all, when somebody's on the spectrum, they have a higher intelligence level. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And because they have a higher intelligence level, like you said, they address things in a different way.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this show. I gotta check it out. And I'm not big on shows like that, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna check it out.
I've only watched
It's not
one
your normal
episode.
dating show.
That's good. I hate the normal
It's
dating
definitely
shows,
not your
so
normal
this will
dating
probably
show.
hold my attention then.
It
Yeah,
will. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. I be
yeah.
crying.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was just using that one little episode of the guy, like where the girl was like, he was like, can I take you on another day? She was like, I gotta think about it. And, she was like, I gotta ask my mom and I'll think about it. He like, okay, he like, take all the time you need. Like to me, that is like a prime example of someone like being respectful of like
Yeah.
your boundaries, whether you want to take your time to think about like if I still want to get to know you, just that one example, So I can't
Yeah, like even honestly, even another example from the show, the girl Danny and the boy Aiden. Danny wanted to be in a relationship with a man that she could get some from.
Mm.
And she was with
Get
Aiden
some
for a
what from?
minute. My girl Danny wanted that ass. Yeah. She grown. She said she wants some. So
Some yeah.
she want that ass clap. Yes, Danny. Yeah.
Oh,
So she was with the boy, and they were together for maybe like a year and a half, and he said that he would think about it. As soon as he said no, I want to wait till marriage. She was like, okay, we can break up.
Yeah,
oh shit.
Yeah, straight
yeah,
up. She said,
yeah,
I'm all right. Then I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not
yeah.
gonna keep doing this. We can break up. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I've got to check out this show. Dream Team, watch this damn show with me, so I don't feel like the only God is watching this shit. All right,
Oh
watch
Lord.
this damn
Brandon
show with me.
watched it.
Okay, I'm good then. B
Brandon
watched
watched it with
it.
me. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I get
good.
trapped in shows like that too. My wife be watching the show, and I be sitting there, and I walk in the room like, oh, this is interesting, like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When my clients heard doing it, I think I was just impressed of like how well they like were clear about their intentions and communicate
Mhm.
like
But
with
that's what we don't do.
yeah,
Mhm.
like I'm like,
That's
yo,
what we don't
like,
do.
and even with her situation where you were saying she broke up with him after he like, I want to wait till marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like that's stuff that we still don't do. Cause like people be in
Mhm.
relationships with people that be like, oh, I never want to have kids or I never want to get married or something. And it's like we feel like, we can change their minds and stuff.
Mhm.
Like that is a
Mhm.
great example of like as soon as someone makes it verbally clear with you that we don't have the same wants, that's how quick you should be like, okay, well, I don't want to be with you anymore.
Yep.
But I feel like a lot of us don't do that,
Sit around
Yeah,
thinking or hoping that they change their mind or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
That's the definition of insanity.
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of us
yeah, yeah.
convince
I've
um,
been insane before.
you stupid as hell.
me too.
We
No,
all
honestly,
say it.
oh Lord, yes. I dated this one young lady, and I know y'all. I always got a damn story for y'all because I've been through that much bullshit.
Sorry,
That much pussy.
Wow, really, that's where we're going. Okay, no, but dated this girl, and even though she told me I don't want a relationship, but we spending all our time together, so I'm thinking we banging. We spend all our time together. It sounded like a relationship to me. But then when I asked, I was like, yo, so don't say, yo, we gonna do this. Like, we gonna get down. And she was like, nah, I'm good. And I thought to myself, all right, so I need to be spending time with somebody else because
yeah,
you're monopolizing my time so that the right one might be passing me by every day.
right.
But yeah, when you get somebody with somebody, you know what you want, and you make that shit abundantly clear. Let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
when you're dating somebody, at what point are you in a relationship? Because dating is dating.
I feel like it has to be clear between both people.
So it has to be spoken.
To me, it does. Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. Shit, we go on 3 dates. You my girlfriend. Fuck that shit. We together.
Mm.
we the fuck together. Let me see you with somebody else.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm the type of person that like I don't assume. So I feel like someone would have to like.
Yeah.
It would have to be a conversation, like
There's
I don't know. I just don't ever want to assume something that's even if it seems like it's something, I need it to be clear. I need it to be vocal, But I don't ever want to assume that like I'm in love with someone, they not in love with me. Like I wouldn't want to just assume that we together and we really not, because it's like if we're just going off assumption and then you find out he talking to somebody else or whatever, like and I'm thinking I'm in a whole relationship and I'm in
Mhm.
and he doing him, then I'm gonna be upset,
Yeah, when it comes to me, I feel like I've talked about this before. There's two ways for us to be in a relationship. If we didn't fucked, we're in a relationship. So if we fucked, we're in a relationship.
I feel you, Angie.
Now, if we haven't fucked yet and then it becomes vocalized, okay, then we're in a relationship. Other than that, nah.
I feel you, Angie.
Cause I'm not just, I'm not just out here fucking. So yeah, once
Okay.
that's inside, yeah, you mine.
Sex
Right.
It better not be
equals
going to nobody else.
relationship.
We will have a
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
I've had sex with a lot of women I've never been in a relationship with. So
What happened when y'all was finished having sex? Did she go home or did she lay there in your bed with you?
I don't know. She got the fuck about. Oh, I got about one way or the other.
Right.
Ain't no
Oh,
cuddling
then that's
going on.
clear.
Yeah, ain't no cuddling.
Exactly.
Because
like,
I'm not the
all
one
right.
to do it and just get up and hop out. No, we chilling.
Yeah.
What's on DoorDash? What's on TV?
Yeah, I gotta have a connection for me to do that. Yeah, it's
Right.
gotta be a
Exactly. And I'm
connection.
not fucking you until we got that connection. So yeah.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
No. Mm. Oh,
No,
even Capri said it has to be vocalized. Okay, so that's like a
Yes.
consensus.
Yes. Ask me to be your girlfriend.
No, fuck that. We went on 3 dates. You and my girlfriend.
write me a fucking note. Will you be my
Right. I'm a grand gesture kind of bitch.
Check the box, yes or no.
That's what I miss. That's what I miss in like the I guess early 2000s. Like I miss like in school when people rarely had phones and people had to pass notes. Like
Yeah.
I miss that era. Like I really
So like for example, when me and my wife first got together, we was probably about maybe 3 or 4, maybe 4 dates in. And I was talking to somebody on the phone, and I, saying the person was like, "Yo, where you at?" And I was like, "I'm at my girl's house." And she looked at me like, "I'm your girl," and I was like, "Fuck you thought?" Shit. I'm saying,
Yeah.
let me come by this motherfucking house and somebody else in this bitch. You gonna find out just how much my girl you are.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm scared.
If me and you spend all our time together and we making each other our focal, I'm too old to be dating the same person.
Oh, you'd be surprised with some of these men.
Are you serious? Like this is a thing now?
Men, I feel like, and like, don't get me wrong, but like, at what age do you feel like people should be attempting to settle down and find the one? And if they are looking for that, like, at what age do you feel is appropriate? Now, I'm not gonna say here and be like, oh, you need to be trying to get married at fucking 20 years old. You feel me? But what do you feel is the appropriate to stop playing games with not only the opposite sex but with yourself and be like, look, like it's time to be realistic with your goals and what you want in life? What age?
Wow, we got 30.
I don't think that there should be a limit on that, because I don't think that you should ever play with yourself. I don't think that you should ever settle. I don't think that you should ever
settle.
get
But at what age are you just like? At what age are you just like out here, stop having fun just to have fun and actually having intentional, meaningful relationships? At what age should people stop playing with that?
So I think once you get into your mid 30s, and on up, once you get into your mid 30s, I think there should be an expectation of, if I'm dating you, I'm dating for a purpose.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just not out just out fucking just for the sake of fucking. And
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
cute. Anybody who wants to do that, by all means, boo boo, do you. I ain't mad at you. I was definitely well into my 30s before I realized, okay, it's time to really settle down. Engagements ain't enough. No, say it's time to really get married. But I think that once you're in that mid 30 range,
Mhm.
if you're still sitting there going, I just want to test drive a whole lot of women, come on, it's time to grow up.
Yeah.
Because what you're gonna find, what you might end up finding, is that one crazy one. And that might be the last woman that you ever test drive. Time to slow down.
Sure.
So mid 30s. Bob, Capri said 30. I think if you're ready at 30, it's cool. I think it's a beautiful thing. But if you get to about 34, 35, and you're still sitting there going, oh, I'm just going to keep going on test drives. How about you buy something and stop test driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I agree.
yeah, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go
Oh
ahead.
no, I'm just saying I agree. That's it.
Um, do you feel like men who spend their lives playing women, do you ever feel like it's a consequence to that? Do you ever feel like one day they might just be old and lonely and they might miss out on what they could have had?
There's a worse consequence to that, but yeah, that's one of the consequences.
Go ahead.
When you get old and you sitting there and you 70 years old and you like, damn, I ain't got shit to show for my life. I ain't got no wife.
Mm,
I may not even have any kids. It's just me. That's a consequence. But also, one of the biggest consequences of that is when you do find that one.
mm,
And you're like, this is the one I want to be with. And she's like, I'm good. We was just fucking. And you like, wait a minute. Wait.
yeah,
I'm feeling you. And she's like, nah, I'm good. We last
yeah,
night was cool, but I'm out. But yeah, there's definitely consequences to that. Karma's a motherfucker.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you like? It's just like, do you think like some men that have this like bachelor mentality, like even up to older ages, like within like past your 30s, your 40s, like, do you believe that it's like a potential chance of them, like, not because that eventually, because like, men always try to talk about women like, oh, your looks gonna fade, you not gonna be able to have kids past a certain age, but I feel like that applies to men as well, because your money only gonna be so long to entertain young bitches that's really using you for your money, but so long, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if men had this mentality, like, all right, either I'm in my 40s, I'm in my 40s still playing games, playing women, like, but I got money. I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the consequence is like one day you gonna realize like I don't have a woman that actually fucks with me for me.
For me, yeah, there
Mm-hmm.
you go.
And
Yep.
Yeah.
your money
Yeah.
not gonna be as long as it used to be because you've been spending all your money just trying to attract these young women that only wanted that,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna realize that I can't afford to, I don't got the looks because men's looks fake too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. We stay looking good.
I
Okay,
feel
Meg.
honestly,
Don't try to do that.
I feel like even mentally,
The hell?
like I feel like even mentally, like as men get older, like if they keep fucking around, like I feel like mentally that can probably really, really do something to you deeply because, you going through your life, like, who are you sharing your experiences with? Who are you
Yeah.
sharing, your issues with, your problems? Like, that means you going through your whole life with nobody really to have like that with you. Like, damn, I can
Right.
only imagine what that does to a person's psyche, like going to bed alone every night, ending your night alone every night. Like I can really only imagine what that does to what that does to a person's mind.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Dream
Because
team.
you're fluctuating through relationships, so that means that deep down inside that you do want that one relationship, you
Right.
do want somebody, but it's
Right.
like, damn, you going through your whole life and you still don't got that.
Right.
I
And
know you sad.
Dream team. All right. We already know you got like 2 side bitches because they already got main niggas.
I
But
think 3. I think he's on 3
sorry,
right now.
three.
I think
Whatever.
he's on 3.
But he's talking about them is tricks. There's a different. Of course, there's a different. But my whole point is because I know someone. I'm not gonna say who it is. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know someone personally who I feel like they had a bachelor mindset, like even at older age. You feel me? Like
Mm-hmm.
40s, 50s, like, oh, I can pay for these bitches, these tricks, what you trying to, claim. But eventually your looks can fade. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like black don't crack, but you could gain weight, you can start balding, like you start
Mhm.
you might not have as much money. Like,
Getting older, get sick,
yeah, and eventually
shit.
you're not gonna be able to attract them women just based off your looks, and then it would only really be based on money with the tricks. You feel me? And then at that point, when your looks fade as a man, because I feel like what people don't talk about, like men's looks do fade. Like, they always try to just put that on women, like, but it's like then you're like in your 50s and you realize like you can't pay for the tricks no more, and then you be like, I don't have a real woman that cares for me. Like I have to get surgery or something, I have no woman to tend to me or come with me to my surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like
Mhm.
when life get real at that older age, you realize you play games
Yeah.
paying for tricks your whole life, and now when shit getting real, you hitting that older age, your looks not there, your money can't pay for them tricks no more. You realize you have no real companionship. You
Yep.
know,
You're
Yeah.
gonna do all of that shit by yourself.
yeah, and I feel like some men be like, oh, I don't care if I end up in a nursing home and I don't have a woman. Like, y'all say that now until you get there. You
Right,
say,
until some random woman wiping your
E-
ass.
even worse than that. Even worse than that, you living alone and you have a medical emergency,
right,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nobody in that house to pick up that phone and call 911 for you. That's
yeah,
a real
Mm-hmm.
fucking thought. Like that's real thinking.
yeah,
Especially once you get up into your 50s. Like I know in the last 3 years, I've known 5 dudes who died between 45 and 51. And I'm like, yo, like that's a real fear. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? That's a real I've fallen and I can't get up type fucking fear. That's some real shit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you need to get with someone who understands you, who is actually into you so much that they don't want to see a life without you. And they're gonna make sure that you live better, you eat better. You know what I'm saying? My wife
Right.
pumps more vegetables in me in the goddamn garden. And you know what? I ain't mad at her.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I get angry sometimes. I'm like, I just want chicken. And she's like, yeah, but you're gonna have broccoli with that chicken. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
Yeah.
but you need to get with someone, and that's not the reason to get with someone, but that's the reason to look at your life. You know what I'm saying? And look at things a little bit differently. And yeah, we stress this show out. Let me see. I ain't about that. See, Dream Team, you're still at the invincible stage in life. When you're in your 20s, you're invincible. Ain't nothing can happen. You're like, fuck that. I am Captain America, and more power to
Get
you.
all the bitches.
I wish I had that era again. Because when I was in my 20s, I ain't give a fuck who was in my bed or whether they was there when I woke up. But as you get older, that shit changes drastically.
Yeah.
When you start seeing friends of yours and they tapping out on the stretcher, and you're like, damn, that could be me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to get serious about relationships.
Yeah.
I don't
Listen,
want to
that's why I be
alone.
telling my boyfriend we gotta have a kid soon, bruh. I ain't trying to be 70
Y'all got a cat. Y'all good?
with nobody, but that cat cannot wipe my ass when I turn 80 and I can't help myself
Guess
anymore.
what? Neither will
That
your
cat
kids.
that cat ain't gonna drive me to my doctor's appointments.
Neither will your kid.
That's
No, sir. I love my children. My children are my heart. I rise for them, but I also want them to live their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
But
don't want to
at the end
be a
of the
burden on
day,
my kids.
at the end of the day, it is their duty. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I've done it. I've done it for two of my grandparents. My great grandmother, when I was 19, she eventually became bedridden, and she had accidents on herself, and I had to literally wash her up, all of that. She like, Bridget, I'm
Oh,
sorry. But then it's like that's what family has to do. So your children, whether you like it or not, Dawn, your children will have to, because when you get old as fuck, you're gonna realize like, I'd rather one of my sons or somebody do it, which the boys usually don't do. It's usually the women in the family.
Yeah, it won't be my sons for sure. It won't be my sons.
Exactly. But
Them niggas gonna be like, "Oh, you gonna sit there in that shitty ass diaper?"
yeah, but whether it seems uncomfortable or not, you're gonna realize like I would rather much a family member do this for me than a complete stranger.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
right now, if you was in a situation, you feel me, because you're still young, you be in your 50s, you're very much young. So like, boom, we'll say like if you had to go to the hospital and like have surgery or something, and you needed someone to help you get dressed. At your age right now, you're not going to feel comfortable with one of your kids helping you get dressed. So it's like you might actually let the nurse help you put your clothes back on, But once you get like in your 80s, probably you're gonna be like, I don't want them to touch me. I don't want to be around these people, like, So I don't know. I think that's just the reality of it.
That's why I married a woman that's 12 years younger than me. I need
Okay.
somebody to go ahead and rock out with me.
Wipe some ass.
That's why.
Lord Jesus.
Yo, we
Y'all
appreciate
funny.
everybody hanging out with us. This has been a long show, but we love y'all.
Yeah.
If this is your first time tuning in,
The wipes.
I'm screaming.
Get the fucking depends. Get the depends.
Period. Listen, you still gotta wipe that ass. Still got to.
That's all right. We gonna be all right. Depends and wipes. We got it. Hold my legs up, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hold my legs up and wipe.
Y'all so funny.
Hey, yo, if this is your first time tuning in, we appreciate you tuning in, but please make sure you hit that like, notification, and subscribe, or subscribe, notification, whatever.
Like it.
Yeah, hit right there.
Subscribe. Hit the bell.
Yeah. It
like it
costs
over
you
here.
nothing, but it does a lot for us because it helps us become a part of the YouTube algorithm so that other people can enjoy the show. Tune in next week. I guess I won't be able to get a chance to do it beforehand. So my wife's birthday is next Monday, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her a birthday shout out in advance. You know what I'm saying? Happy birthday, baby.
Happy
Let's
birthday.
keep doing this shit. Let's keep rocking. We're gonna go ahead and enjoy your birthday. So really with the confetti and all that shit. You know what? I'm gonna start broadcasting from my damn phone so I can do that shit and all that. But anyway, until next week, yo, we love y'all. Be easy.
Bye,
Tune in
guys.
next Wednesday. Peace.